Red Gambit, Book 1 of The Harvesters series. Written by Luke R. Mitchell. Narrated by Stephen Barnett. Chapter 1. Rachel Cross drew up to the Wrath's sputtering neon sign, and decided the air outside the dingy pub was somehow even muggier than everywhere else in the dilapidated town. Maybe it was simply her imagination, a manifestation of her disdain at the sickly green tint of the grimy alley lights, and the mixture of muffled voices, bad music, and pungent odors wafting out of the pub. "Charming place," she muttered to the empty alleyway, running her thumb along one of the glyphs etched into the light gray surface of her staff. A hint of a breeze ruffled a few wavy strands of her dirty blonde hair, but she hardly noticed as she closed her eyes and sank into a deep focus. Time to see what she was about to walk into. She directed her thoughts toward the sounds and the smells of the Wrath, guiding nebulous tendrils of her mind outward as she had 1,000,000 times before. The inside of the pub took shape under her extended senses. A greasy haze of smoke permeated the place, accentuated by the clinking of glass mugs on wooden tabletops and drunken slurs that she felt more than heard. The smoke poured most heavily from one table in particular, where 6 men sat awash in a sea of cigars and drinks, playing cards. "Come on, Jim," one of them, a hulking gorilla of a man, was saying. She focused in. The big guy scratched at his head and tapped the excess ash of his cigar into an empty mug. "If you're gonna play with yourself between hands, at least have the decency to leave the table and let us have on with it." "Piss off, you wanker," another, Jim, she supposed, replied in a bad imitation of the big guy's thick English accent. "Have some place to be tonight, do you? Give us a minute to call your wife, and I'll let you know at that." A low rumble of laughter made its way around the table as Jim shook his head and began dealing out cards. The men carried on, verbally deprecating one another between swigs from their heavy mugs. She swept on with her extended senses. Near the card game, 2 men nursed drinks at a smaller table. Across the room, a man tapped his greasy fingers at the touch screen of an ancient jukebox, which proceeded to wheeze out an unfortunate tune from the early 2000s. "Christ, Daryl!" someone called. "Can't you pick something from this half of the century?" Another round of chuckles filled the pub. There hadn't...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?